Hi, how are you? My name is Jacob Ferguson, and I'm actually going to start talking about All-Stars seasons, fully, because, and I can hone in on different queens, as well. I will continue my All-Stars 5 videos, but because I like doing the commentary for each thing and describing it, because I had the most fun with Shea Coulee's thing, where I was describing everything and then Shea's just sitting there. So, the cops are after me. That's a joke. They're not after me. So, which season am I going to do now? Let's do, because I've seen it all Stars 3. So, Trixie Mattel, Aja, Thorgy, Shangela, Dayla, Kennedy, Milk. Have I mentioned Milk? Thorgy, Aja, Trixie, Kennedy, Shangela, Dayla, Milk, Chi-Chi, Morgan, and BB enter the rec room. Now, BB enters later, but she's in this. And everybody is surprised to see the cast, except for the viewers. We were like, we know Trixie Mattel's going to be in there. We know Trixie Mattel's going to be in there. We know that the queens from season 8 have to be in there, because season 8 just happened before even All-Stars 2. So let's throw in Thorgy and Chi-Chi, okay? Because let's be honest here, besides Kimchi and Naomi, these are the ones to beat. Barry, nah. So then they were like, okay, well, let's throw in Dayla, obviously, and Kennedy. We need Kennedy. The other 5 were complete total shocks. They were like, okay, well, we're also going to include Shangela. She already done had hers. But guess what? She's back. We're going to throw in Aja, because she just came off of her season. She needs redemption, and it's not going to be Valentina, because Valentina is going to be on All-Stars 4. We're also going to throw in Morgan, and nobody's going to remember her, but people are going to remember her. We're going to throw in Milk, even though nobody wants her here, and we're going to throw in BB, because BB is the queen. We need a thing, and instead of putting Coco back in, we're going to throw in BB. So, they do the reading challenge, and Dayla's like, okay, hand me the gun. Fuck you all, have a great day. She murders the shit out of the reading challenge. And goes, well, you know what? I'm going to do a great burlesque performance, and it is going to be one of the best things that you've ever seen in your entire life. She does it, everybody's cheering for her. I was just like, okay, great, I'm going to break my neck jumping from a block of wood, and Vanessa Hudgens is going to be a white girl, because obviously Vanessa Hudgens, why was she a judge? Why couldn't it have been Jennifer Lewis? Jennifer Lewis should have been the guest judge on the first episode, in my opinion. Also, Thorgy's going to do the violin, but we're not going to count her, because Thorgy, I don't know, Thorgy she was good, but meh. Then, also, Morgan is going to completely freak out in the middle of her performance, even though she, is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And she's going to be like, well, And Chi-Chi is, rest in peace, just going to be Chi-Chi. Who else was in the bottom for their performance? Shangela. Everybody liked Shangela, but Shangela was sort of in the bottom because of her runway thing. Which, can I just say, why do they not include a runway on the first episode? I mean, the poor girls don't even get to make it to the first runway. Like Jasmine, I didn't see a runway walk from her. Coco, no runway walk. They needed to have runway walks. That would be so fierce on the first episode. But I digress. Morgan in the workroom had been saying, well, I'm going to kick out whoever I think is the strongest competitor. And Dayla knows that now, since she's in the top 2, she's got to send somebody home. She chooses Morgan, and Aja's like, I'm going to choose Chi-Chi, because Chi-Chi's was trash. And no offense to Chi-Chi, it was trash. So, Dayla ends up winning. 2 white girls do, well, is Aja white? A white girl and Aja do Anaconda by Nicki Minaj, and Dayla ends up winning. Good for her. Meanwhile, everybody else in the back is like, oh shit, who's she gonna pick? She pulls out Morgan's lipstick, and Morgan is like, well, see you later. I'm gonna write a good message on the wall. Have a nice day. Go fuck yourself. Next episode. Walk into the workroom. Chi-Chi accuses Milk of not being in the bottom. Milk defends herself, but grows an ego while doing so because she is what? She thinks she's all that in a bag of chips, but really she's not. So, Rue announces, yes, we're going to be doing a totally not rigged musical performance. And I'm going to assign your parts. Let's see, Trixie, you'll be Dolly Parton. Shangela, you'll be Mariah Carey. Thorgy, Stevie Nicks. All of these people getting parts that are tailored to them. Like, BB looks exactly like Diana Ross. Trixie can pull off Dolly Parton. Thorgy is Stevie Nicks. Like, she is Stevie Nicks. I didn't know who Patti LaBelle was, but apparently she's... Just trying to record a video. Apparently she's the maid in Freak Show, Gloria, so, no wait, Dora, Gloria's the mom, Dora, in Freak Show, so also she sings New Attitude and Marmalade, Lady Marmalade, so Chi-Chi was good in that, and category on the runway was Redemption Runway. Everybody has to walk the runway in a dress that they fucked up. And immediately Rue's like, let's see here. Dayla, you did fabulous. You played Julie Andrews from The Sound of Music fabulously. You are going to be in the top 2 immediately. I also love your look. It looks great, yada yada yada. You're in the top 2. But then she also calls out Chi-Chi, and I'm like, Chi-Chi's Patti LaBelle? The two of them in the bottom, Chi-Chi and Thorgy, were their divas. Meanwhile, Kennedy over there is just like, I'm acting. I look like Mayhem Miller. So, I'm scared for Kennedy, but Thorgy is a little brash, and so they're like, ain't nobody got time for that. Shangela, who's in the top because of Mariah Carey, rigged. It was Rigor Morris, chooses Thorgy. And Thorgy gets angry, draws a penis, and goes home. Episode 3. Milk cries because she's safe. Even though, if I was announced safe on a lip-syncing challenge, and I was a man in a dress in heels, I'd be like... Milk's also like, well, I would have chosen Thorgy to stay, and Kennedy's like, fuck my drag, right? And everybody's like, well, I also chose Thorgy. This is Dayla talking. I also chose Thorgy. And Milk's like, how dare you choose Thorgy? Because I had a relationship with her. Were you in the top? No, you're not going to be in the top this entire season, so shut up and pipe the fuck down. God. And Aja, the best confessionals, is just like... So, then they had to participate in The Bachelor. Again, everybody's like, Dayla, your smile, everything is good about you. You're going to be in the top this week. Shangela gets stuck with Chi-Chi, who, again, rest in peace, for all intents and purposes, is not a very good actress. She can lip sync well. She can do splits, high kicks, jumps, diva status, but she could not do acting very well. She floated by on her Ruko's Empire thing, but I get a feeling that it wasn't her strong suit. So Milk has to play the stalker, and Aja's the needy girl, which I would have done more of like a really emotionally disturbed, like throwing bench across the room because he's not paying any attention to her. Like, that would be my thing instead of a needy girl, because needy is like, like touchy and like grabs at you a lot and is like a toddler. And Aja really didn't get that very well. And then there was Chi-Chi. Obviously, she was in the bottom. But the other one in the top was Kennedy. And Kennedy's like, wow, I was in the bottom. And Milk said yada yada yada, so, Milk. And everybody's like, when they saw it coming, they knew that Milk was going to go home. Because Kennedy was in the top. And we're not going to allow Dayla to win 3 times in a row, right? Wrong. Next episode, Snatch Game. Snatch Game. Kennedy's like, I just got off of winning. I'm gonna be Phaedra Parks. Who? Who's Phaedra Parks? And Kennedy's just sitting over there like, well, you know what? Chi-Chi is like, well, I'm gonna do Eartha Kitt, but I can't do Eartha Kitt because I did it the last time, so I'm just gonna revamp it and do Maya Angelou instead. Shangela's like, I'm gonna do Miss Cleo, and then Rue's like, no, and she's like, okay, well, I'll do Jennifer Lewis. How's that? How's that? Aja is like, I'm gonna do Crystal LaBeija and not get recognized for it. BB Zahara Benet is like, I'm going to do Grace Jones. That was Russian. That wasn't South African. And everybody's like, okay, well, you go for it. Then Trixie, I'll get... Okay, yeah. Trixie, because this is the final person who I have to talk about, is like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do RuPaul. And Ru is like, okay, well, good luck. Don't fuck it up. And she fucks it up royally. Kristen Chenoweth is in this episode, and she starts laughing. And we love Kristen Chenoweth. No Stacey Lane Matthews, but Kristen Chenoweth is awesome. And they both decide to get rid of Chi-Chi DeVane. Because they both win the lip sync. Episode whatever. Aja. Ball challenge. Aja wins the mini challenge, even though they don't really have mini challenges in All Stars. So then she's like, well, you know what? I'm going to take this time to, nope, you have to make a soup can. Well, I'm going to make mine a sweet soup. Gross. Okay. And Trixie's like, Pep-Abysmal. It'll work. Trust me. And BB's like, I'm gonna create a peanut soup. Also, why am I here? Kennedy's like, I'm a grandma. And Shangela's like, oh, well, fucking I don't know. And Dayla's like, I'm going to be fabulous. But I don't want to win this challenge because the social anxiety of having to pick a lipstick is getting to my head. And Shangela's like, well, okay. Trixie finally wins her first challenge in the history of Drag Race. Right? Did she win a challenge? I don't fucking know. Anyway, Trixie is like, well, I'm here to win. And Bibi Zahara Benet, she is more concerned with who she's gonna pick. Now, immediately, she picks Aja's lipstick. Trixie picks Aja's lipstick because Shangela saved her last week. So, yeah, I'm gonna pick Aja's lipstick, even though Aja has been giving the best confessionals. And Aja is sent home. But plot twist, now they're returning queens, and all of a sudden, Dayla's in the top again. Even though Trixie could have also been in the top. And Dayla's like, the social anxiety of this is getting to my head. Help me. And everybody's like, oh, you'll be fine. She'll do fine. It'll be fine. And she is so emotionally disturbed that she wipes it out and writes her own name and white out on the lipstick and goes, sorry bitches, I'm going home. And everybody's like, what, really? Okay, well, who do you choose? Obviously, I would have chosen Chi-Chi DeVayne and sent Kennedy Davenport home because Kennedy hadn't won any challenges and I wanted Chi-Chi DeVayne to come back. Not because she is dead now, rest in peace, but it had always been my philosophy to reinstate Chi-Chi because I wanted to see how she would have done in the Squirrel Maid's drag wedding trip. But no, she chooses Morgan. And everybody's like, really? Why Morgan? Why? Why are you doing this? Morgan. And Morgan's like, well, that's cool, I'll come back into the competition. And Shangela and Trixie are like, no you won't. Bloop. Lipstick. It's time to record Kitty Girl now with, Won't Pay People Back, Todrick Hall. And, in one of the ballsiest moves in history, Ru also asks the eliminated queens to vote on who the top two are. Obviously, Kennedy gets the vote, but in a surprising and shocking turn of events, so does Trixie. Trixie lip-syncs and wins. Meanwhile, Shangela is sitting there, defeated. And Bibi Zahara Benet, she don't care. So, I'm also going to talk about another All-Stars season. Which one? I don't know. Let's do it. Let's talk about All-Stars Season 2. All-Stars 2. Let's go! So, the 10 queens enter the workroom. Alaska, clear frontrunner. But everybody loves Katya. Everybody's confused as to why Fifi is there. And Fifi's like, well, you know what? I'm going to win. And everybody's like, no, you're not going to win. Meanwhile, Tatiana's just like, thank you. Oh, hey, Normandy. Sorry, that was my cat, Normandy. I thought that one of my other cats had done something bad. I am not going to continue the All-Stars 2 thing. I'm going to leave it at everybody's wondering why Fifi is back. I talked about All-Stars 3. There's Normandy. Normandy, you want to say anything about All-Stars 3? Get out of here with your BB was robbed mouth. I mean, hey. Normandy. Okay, well, he's gonna keep on yelling about how BB was robbed. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.